Have you ever had interest in buying properties, or you bought properties with title approved excision, excision in progress, excision in view, village excision in Lagos, Nigeria? Today we'll be giving out tips on what you should know before you invest in properties with the title excision. Some few weeks ago, a very close colleague of mine had an unsavory experience with his client who wanted to invest in a property in Ibeju-Lekki, in the Eleko area of Ibeju-Lekki, with the title excision. What they found out was very, very unpleasant. But the saving grace was that they did their due diligence before they tried investing in such properties. A wise man learns from his own mistake, but a wiser man learns from other people's mistake. I'm Dr. Patrick for Repart Properties, and I welcome you to Real Estate Live on YouTube, where we discuss everything real estate. We continually give tips and gist, and also discuss topical issues affecting the real estate industry here in Lagos and in Nigeria at large. If this is your first time coming across this channel, please do well to like and subscribe to this channel, as this will be beneficial to you as you always learn and get tips and gist, first-hand tips and gist on issues affecting real estate investments in Lagos, Nigeria. So we'll be going deep into this discussion, and we'll be discussing about land with excision title in Lagos, Nigeria. So these are things you should know. These are eye-opening things you should know about properties that come with a title excision, so you don't fall prey, or you don't buy properties that you're not sure about. So sit back and relax and enjoy our discussion for today, as we'll be giving out tips and simultaneously we'll also be giving out advice on properties with a title excision. First things first, what is excision? Now, we have to cast our mind back to 1978 when the Land Use Act was enacted. Prior to 1978, landed properties belonged to traditional families. The families were very feudal and they controlled everything land activities across Nigeria. But after the 1978 Land Use Act, the act saw the transferring of ownership of all lands in the state to the state government. As a way of compensation, government tries to give some parts of this land collected from the family back to the family, and that is what we call excision. So excision is a form of compensation by the government to the family, to the traditional family. That is, instead of getting all lands from the family, government tries to just give them some portion of the land, and that portion is what we refer to as an excised land. Now, land with excision comes in various forms. You have gazetted excision, and land with gazetted excision are very safe. You can buy such properties as they've been gazetted in government records. Government has excised the portion to the family, and government has also registered the excised land in the government gazette act. This particular property has been given to this family. Such properties are very safe for investment. You can go ahead to buy such properties, but you must do your search to be sure it is really a gazetted property. So that is what we call properties with gazette as title. Now, we also have what we call approved excision or excision. Now, approved excision is such that government has excised or is willing to excise a particular plot or a particular area of land to the family, but it has not yet been registered in government official gazette. Such properties with approved excision or excision are somehow. Now, I really do not advise my clients, I really do not advise my investors to buy properties with the title excision, because they are also risky in some ways, because they are not yet registered, and that is where the risk is. They are not yet registered in government official gazette. That is where the risk is. Government can decide to revoke such excision tomorrow. It is very possible. If government sees there's a need for this particular property, they will revoke the excision and it becomes a government land again. So I don't really advise my clients to buy properties with the title Excision because they are not yet registered in government official gazette. Now, if you bought a property with the title Excision or approved Excision, not to worry, try to do your governor's consent on such property. Try to do your governor's consent on such land. You perfect that so that in future your land is safe. If not, if government sees needs for the land in future, they will get the land back from you because it has not yet been registered in government official gazette. So property with gazette are very safe. Property with approved excision are somewhat safe, not really safe. For you to be assured the safety of such property, you need to do your governor's consent. What about properties with excision in progress, excision in view, village excision? My smart investors, I will never advise you to buy such properties because such properties are government properties. When you hear excision in view, excision in progress, firms, real estate firms or families are begging the government to excise such properties. The family or the firm might have perceived that government has no use for this property yet, so let us beg them to excise this portion to us. Now it's a two-way thing. If government sees that they really do not have plans for such properties, they could decide to excise the land to the families. But if government sees reasons to keep these properties for future development, those properties will not be excised. They are government properties. If you've eventually bought such properties, it simply means that you are going to buy that property again from the government. If you bought properties with excision in view, excision in progress, my smart investors, you will pay a second time for those properties. You will pay for allocation, government allocation, before that property can be yours. If that property does not get excised, you will pay for such property. Properties with excision in progress, excision in view, please know that when you buy such properties, you will pay a second time to the government. It's as if you are buying the property a second time because the property belongs to the government. The real estate firm or the family is begging the government to excise such land. And if the government do not excise such land, simply means you must go to the land bureau and get government allocation on that property. And government allocation simply means you are buying the property a second time, and government can decide to place any amount for government allocation. In fact, government sells to the highest bidder, and government does not want to know if you bought the property before or not. Government sells to the highest bidder. So if you really do not have money, do not buy property with excision in progress, because eventually you will buy that property a second time. That's why I laugh when I see properties in Ibeju-Lekki or Lekki with selling for 1.5 million naira, selling for 2 million naira. My smart investors, you will buy that property a second time, because titled properties in Ibeju-Lekki will not sell for as low as 5 million naira. You will need to beg or work deeply before you see a titled property that sells for 5 million naira in Ibeju-Lekki. So understand this: properties with excision in progress, property with excision in view, please and please, if you know you don't have the time for problems, you don't have the time to for pressure, do not key into such property. Save your money and buy properties with titles. If you know you have money to buy half plot, in fact, it is better for you to buy half plot of land. It's better for you to buy half plot of a titled land than to buy 6 acres of an untitled land in Ibeju-Lekki. I keep telling smart investors, know this and know peace. Do not fall prey to all these cheap scams. These are things you should know. Title properties are very safe. Properties with approved excision are somewhat safe. They are safe in the sense that you need to do your governor's consent, and such properties are already marked to the family, are already excised to the family, so they are somewhat safe. Properties with gazetted excision are very safe. They are registered in government official gazette. You can buy them. Properties with excision in view, excision in progress, please stay away from such properties, because you will pay twice for that property. I keep telling you, you will pay twice for that property. Even when the real estate firm gets the execution at the end of the day, they will still come and meet you to come and pay for the property, pay for the document, pay for execution. So know this and know peace. Know this and have peace. Do not buy properties with a title. In fact, I don't promote it, I don't market it. So when people come to me for properties, execution in progress, execution in view, I tell them I do not market such properties, because at the end of the day, you will buy that property twice. And if you decide to buy it, no problems. Know this and know that you will buy the property twice. You will buy from the real estate firm and you will still pay for government allocation from the government. So that is that about properties with execution in progress and execution in view. So what is my advice for you? Now this is it. I need you to know this, that even if government has given you, has excised a particular plot of land to you, the property can still be revoked. The land can still be revoked. There is a possibility for this. Is Lagos. Anything can happen when it comes to real estate in Lagos. Know this, government can still revoke your property. Now, if you are buying an execution land and it has not been gazetted yet, know this, government can still revoke the property. So to secure your property, you should do your governor's consent. Try as much as possible to do your governor's consent. Now, if you buy properties with the title execution in view, execution in progress, know this, that you are going to buy the property a second time. Also know that properties that sells for 850,000 in Ibeju-Lekki, properties that sells for 1.5 million naira in Ibeju-Lekki with a title execution in progress or whatever, know that you are still going to pay a second time for these properties. The real estate firm might not tell you this, your realtor might not tell you this, but this is the truth. We've had this experience. My colleague had this experience some weeks ago, and this is the truth. You will buy this property a second time. So know this and know peace. And lastly, before you buy any property in Lagos, Nigeria, before you buy any property in Ibeju-Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria, try as much as possible to get a surveyor, a very good surveyor, a surveyor that you can trust to chart your property, so you really know the status of the land you want to buy. This is all I have for you today. I hope you have enjoyed and you have really been educated on our discussion of properties with execution in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, if you have any questions, if you have any contribution on the topic for today, please make use of the comment section, or you could decide to send us a direct message on WhatsApp. Our number is on the screen, so you can contact us anytime when you have questions. We'll gladly reply to your questions. I'm Realtor Patrick for Real Path Properties, and if this is your first time coming across this channel, please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, as we try our best as much as possible to keep you updated on real estate events, real estate issues in Lagos and in Nigeria at large. Thank you very much. Until we see you again, keep investing in real estate and stay safe. Peace.